Hi, welcome back to my Boudoir studio. For those of you who are new here, I'm Alicia. I run a Boudoir studio out of Wisconsin. And if you've been following for a while, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. We hit 500 subscribers, which is freaking mind-blowing to me. So thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed. It makes me so happy. Today, I have my camera bag in front of me because I thought it would be fun to go through what is in my camera bag together. And then maybe this will also inspire me to do some spring cleaning with this bag because there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't use a lot. And I have a feeling this will be an adventure for both of us in terms of what exactly is in here. So I'm going to go through what I use a lot of, and then we'll probably discover some things along the way. So to start, the brand of this bag, God, what even is it? Deck Gear? I don't know. I got it for free. I think with my husband's credit card points or something like that. So I don't know. That's the brand of the bag. And what I have on the outside of the bag, clipped to the bag, is something that I actually do use all of the time. These are fractal filters. And they're so cool. The one that I use probably for the majority of my sessions is this one. These are just really fun to shoot with. I love how artsy fartsy they make the shots look. So these I actually am really happy that I have. Buying them was a huge pain in the butt. But I'm really happy that I have them. And again, I use them like all of the time. So that's the first thing that's in my bag. If we actually open this bad boy up, in that inner pocket, I've got a whole bunch of SD cards. What else do I got in here? An extra lens cap that should probably go on my camera and not in a bag, but we'll cross that bridge later. I've got a bunch of gobo things for like a little video light that I bought. So that's what those are for. And then these are cool, but I never use them. These are a bunch of sunburst filters. So they'll make that pretty like star effect when you're shooting like on lights. I bought them thinking that my neon lights in the studio would shine really well, but I don't really see it too much with like my wands, my light wands. So I would like to use these more. They just don't really work in my studio. But for some nighttime sessions or something like that, I gotta break these out and use these more. Okay, that's everything in that pocket. We have, of course, my camera. I shoot with the Canon R6. I'm not much of like a gearhead person, so as long as it does the job well, I'm down. And when I bought this, I did a lot of research at the time, and this one just seemed like the best bang for the buck for me currently at where I was. My lens that I shoot probably like 90%, God, 95% of all of my sessions on is a Sigma Art 35mm. This is my baby. This is great for my studio because it is so small. This gives me the opportunity to shoot pretty wide, which I really, really like, and I can get all of these gorgeous cinematic environmental shots. With other lenses, that starts to become a little bit more difficult, and I just fix the warping in post. I just click that little corrections button and we're good to go. So that's what I shoot with. Yeah, that's pretty much all I shoot with in my studio. And even if I'm doing like family portraits and stuff outside, I'll still typically shoot with that. And the reason is because this lens, this was a very expensive impulse buy. This is another Canon, 70 to 200, and she's great. She's awesome. She's just not able to do what I need her to do in the studio. I don't know. I thought maybe I would do like a lot more outdoor boudoir shoots and stuff like that, and then I kind of don't think of using this when I am doing those outdoor sessions. So I'm making it a goal in 2026. I'm going to shoot with this more. I did a session at a park recently, and I did the whole session with this lens, and it was awesome. It was so great. Oh god, so nice to be able to like zoom in when they were like standing really far away on a bridge and things like that. Like I just gotta use it. I just gotta use it more. It doesn't work in my studio, but for outside or if I'm in a bigger space, I really think this thing will be clutch. So I'm putting it into the universe and I'm gonna use it more. And it's not gonna stay in my camera bag. I also have a 50mm. I don't know. I just never use this. But I have it if I need it, or if my 35 were to break or something, at least I have it. It's perfectly good. It's a fine little lens, also from Canon, but I don't know. I just I like my Sigma 35 and I call it a day. What else we got? Extra battery charger. Necessary. I have another battery charger right now plugged into my wall. And that's got a battery on it right now. What is all this stuff? There's so many pockets and little things in here. I don't even know what's all in here. Okay, there's the extra battery. So I have one in my camera, one on the wall, and that one. Oh, and this one. It's like pulling stuff out of a magic bag. You're like, there's a battery, there's a battery, there's a battery, there's a battery. This is the stuff I'm really trying to get. This is my fun stuff. That's not fun. That's a little packet to keep all my stuff dry. These are fun. I've got little doodads. I've got a couple of prisms that I think are fun for creating like mirror effects, fun light rainbows in the corner of shots. If I'm shooting like over here, I can get really cool reflections from these windows onto my subject. So I do like to shoot with these. I don't typically gravitate towards the smaller ones, hence why they were in the way back of my bag. I just don't use these a ton. I have one in here, this one. This is the one that I use a lot. These I just got off of Amazon. If I can find the listing, I'll link them in the description, but this is my like go-to prism when I want to use a prism. I also got this, which it's cool. I don't know how well. It's like this little piece of glass that has all of these fun little resets cut into it, but it's too short. Too short. So if I try to use it and hold it in front of my lens, my fingers sometimes make it in, and it's just not the best. So this might be something that does not go back into the bag, unfortunately. This is just a copper pipe that I bought at Home Depot. And if you hold it up to your lens, you get these really cool light reflections on the inside, and it sort of creates this like cool like golden circle around your subject. I don't know, it's just fun, and it costs like a couple of bucks. So I'm the weirdo who walks around stores and I grab it and I do this and I hold it up to the light, and I'm sure people are like, what are you doing? But I'm just checking to see if I think it would be cool to shoot through, and copper pipes are very fun to shoot through. Do I do it a ton? No. My clients don't need a million pictures of a circle around them, but every now and then it's fun to pull this out. I actually haven't done it in a while, and seeing it, I gotta bring this back. I'm gonna shoot with that more. What else we got in here? Phone stand for my camera. So if I want to record any video, I can just pop that baby in there and then mount my phone right to my camera. I just have it in case I need it. I almost never use it. We've got a lens cleaner. I've got a couple of ways to clean my lenses actually in here. Microfiber cloth, air pump, and the little nose part should be in here somewhere. Maybe I'll find it as we clean along. But yeah, I got lots of ways to clean my lens so that baby is staying clean and dust free. Another lens cap that should probably be on my camera and isn't. Don't come for me. I cannot be the only photographer who doesn't put their lens cap on a regular basis, right? Tell me I'm not the only one. I do have you know, like a UV filter on here. So if it were to get scratched, I could just replace that. But please tell me in the comments I'm not the only one who doesn't put their lens cap back on. Okay, please make me feel a little bit better. I know I'm supposed to. I found the doohickey. So this is just to get hair and dust off of my lens. Another fun little thing that I shoot through. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. I saw it by the checkout and I was like, that's what I like. So it's just little plastic beads. But again, they're all like cut to create this nice rainbow effect. And I love chandeliers. Love them with boudoir photos. But can you see my ceilings? Like, I just don't have the setup for a chandelier. They're kind of short, my ceilings. Like, I'm not going to install. I'm not doing it. I'm not installing a chandelier. However, when I shoot through this, it kind of gives the same effect. So I get my little DIY chandelier moment and put this, you know, real close to the lens, and then it gets all of these nice like rainbow fractals and bokeh and all that good stuff. So that's what I use this for. One time I left this by a river. I had a whole bunch of little knickknacks. I think this and maybe my fractal filters. I set them down on a riverbank while I was shooting, and then I forgot them. And thankfully, I remembered like 6 hours later, and I drove back, and they were still there. So, whew, thank goodness. Lens tissue, important. Garbage, not important. Okay, so these, I actually reviewed these on YouTube. These are from Lens Baby. And these are various miscellaneous little things to shoot through. Little fractals as well. Like that little guy, isn't that cute? And then I think there's one more in here. Oh yeah, this one. And then this little kit, it comes with, you know, the thing that you mount to your lens, and then you can put these via magnet like in front of your lens. So you don't have to hold it. Everything I've shown you so far, I always have to hold. And then I also have to hold my camera. It can be a bit fussy. So this just makes it a little bit easier. Do I remember to shoot with them as much as I would like? No. Do I still gravitate towards the fractal filters the most that I showed you at the beginning? Yes. But you know, it's fun. And if I were to be shooting like video, for example, where I really do not want to try to hold the camera steady and use something funky, these are really, really, really nice for video. So, not something I use all of the time, but I'm not mad that I have it. Like, I'm glad that I have this. And that just fits right in my camera bag as well. Maybe another lens cap. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it. Oh, that might be everything. Secret pockets. Ah, more Lens Baby stuff. These are their like neon. I don't know what they're even called. I think I did a review on these as well. Same idea, just stuff, crap that I can throw in front of my lens and make it fun. I bought these because I shoot neon light a decent amount, and that's why I bought them. I thought these would be really fun to incorporate in my neon shoots. So that's why I have those. I don't think I even have anything on this side. No. Okay, so there's not as much garbage in here as I thought. Yay! I think there's one other thing in here somewhere that's not really important, but I think I have a shutter button trigger somewhere in here. That is, yeah, that's everything that's in my camera bag. So it's not as bad as I thought. I do shoot with the majority of this stuff. A lot of camera batteries, 3 lenses. I don't think that's too bad. And just really what I've come to learn is there's a lot of stuff to shoot through. I need to start pulling this stuff out and getting it in front of my camera lens more. I love shooting through stuff. I love putting stuff right up against my lens and doing in-camera effects rather than trying to add it like in post. And I got so much stuff to play with here. I'm actually feeling quite inspired and quite creative. I've got a session on Friday, so I think I'm gonna bust some of this stuff out for that. Yeah, that's what's in my camera bag. Again, I'm a boudoir photographer, so I shoot primarily inside. And I love, 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 love a good detail shot, which again is why I love this lens so much. But for outdoor sessions, and I'm even doing a few weddings this year, we're just testing the waters. We're gonna see. I'm excited to bring this baby out and see how she performs, because so far I have really liked photographing with it. I just don't do it very much. And I'm gonna get better about that. I'm manifesting it. That's what this video is about. Really, it's just me manifesting stuff that I need to start shooting with more. And then, yeah, you can't go wrong with multiple forms of cleaning your lens. Well, thanks for coming along and watching me clean out this camera bag. Pretty good that I only have like one thing I'm getting rid of. I'm going to keep everything else. So I'm really happy with that. Let me know what you shoot with. I'd love to hear it. Tell me in the comments what is in your camera bag that I don't have in mine that I need to add. That I'm very interested in as well. Again, I'm kind of in a different world where I get to keep my camera equipment all here. I don't really travel with it a ton. So I'm not like set up necessarily for going on location. I'm set up for staying in my studio. And when I do go on location, it's only for like 20, 30 minutes normally with my boudoir sessions. So I don't have to bring a ton of stuff with me. So other little fun doodads and doohickeys that I have are they're all stored around here instead. But yeah, tell me in the comments what I need to add to my bag that I don't have in here yet. And please tell me if your camera is also lacking its lens cover. I like it. I like my camera. I just don't know why it is impossible for me to put these back on my lens. Please reassure me. Again, thank you so much for 500 subs. That's crazy. That's mind-blowing to me. I love it so much. Thank you for watching. I put out new videos every Saturday that are about boudoir, photography education, confidence, empowerment, all that good stuff. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again next Saturday. Bye.